Hello everyone, Dune Part 2 has arrived in cinemas. For readers and non-readers alike, the Saga of Dune is far from over. There's so much before what you know, so much after, and I have to say, it's nice having a new incarnation of Dune. I have not got a chance to see it. It has been packed in my theaters, and I don't want a negative experience. Spring break is around my area for the school, so I kind of want to see when there's less people and there's not going to be that much disruption. I want to experience it. I didn't get to see part one in cinemas. I saw it on HBO Max during COVID, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. I can't fully judge it without part two, but it's nice seeing how they adapted certain things. I talked to a few of my friends about it, and we talked about the differences of the books and what they've done here. And it's going to be very interesting to see, without going into spoilers, what they do with Dune Messiah, given what was set up in Dune here. And what I've heard about it is that it continues right where Dune Part 1 left off, so it's pretty much like watching Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, and then when you watch it together, it's going to be like one long movie. I kind of wish they would do a double feature in the cinema, or like release a 4K later that has both of them. I would love to see Dune the complete novel. I just wanted to bring attention the world of Dune. Many people who are probably have never read the books probably went and checked out the books. It's so great seeing people like read the books. My brother is a huge fan of Dune. I mean, he loves Frank Herbert's Dune the way that I love like anything and everything Batman. And he got me into the book. We watched the David Lynch film. Solid film despite its differences. It got a lot in there for its 2-hour running time. And the extended cut's very interesting with like the paintings and stuff and the narration, but I read Dune when I was in 5th grade. That's the one advantage about moving to a school without AR reading test. I got to read whatever I wanted, so like it was kind of cool reading an AP high school book in 5th grade, and I love the story and the different act structures, the political elements of it. It was such a complex and fascinating world, to say the least, and it was great discovering that there was Dune Messiah, Children of Dune, and God Emperor Dune. I really hope they make an adaptation of that. That's when it gets crazy. Heretics of Dune, Chapter House Dune, and then, you know, Frank Herbert passed away, so his son and Kevin J. Anderson filled in the gaps with sequels later on, but before that, they did prequels. You had House Atreides, that whole trilogy. You had The Butler and Jihad. It was cool seeing all this world building and history being explored in the world of Dune. And it's funny hearing people's thoughts on it, non-readers. I think readers, we have the tendency to like nitpick stuff that was missing. So I think it'd probably be a solid adaptation, but you're just like, oh, I wish that was in there, or this was in there, and that's a given. But the fact that they're able to do an adaptation and it be done this well, that's a testament to Denis Villeneuve as a filmmaker. It really is. No matter how long it takes, I really hope he does well with Dune Messiah, and who knows, we might have another filmmaker tackle Children of Dune if it's not combined with that, or they might tackle the other ones, you know, it'd be interesting. Yeah, I just want to tell people, if you love the movie and you haven't read the books, read the book. There's so much more that's in Frank Herbert's original novel, and it's funny because it's like, this is the second Dune. I'm like, no, it's the rest of Dune Part 1. Dune 2 is technically Dune Messiah, or you could do Paul of Dune if you want to do the direct sequel, but it's just fascinating to see reactions, and I want everyone down in the comments below to talk about what you love about the films, what you wanted to see, and different things like that. It's kind of a spoiler for me not seeing the movie yet, but I mean, I read the books, so it's like, okay, what's different? And I would love to see it. Austin Butler had a crazy voice from what I've seen so far. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the characters moving forward and what they've set up for Dune Messiah. But outside the original David Lynch version, I highly recommend, after reading the book, watching the sci-fi miniseries of Frank Herbert's Dune and its sequel, Children of Dune. Now, Dune 2000, while being more faithful to the story of the novel, I don't know if the effects or acting are going to be good by today's standards, because you got to remember, as a Sci-Fi Channel original series, it's meant for TV. It feels kind of like a stage play, but I like some of the actors and the story directions. There's a lot more of the story. Paul's sister and Paul's son, there's like a whole motivation with the water of life there that's probably missing in the new incarnation. And then Children of Dune is iconic. I remember watching that in 2003. Early James McAvoy role as Duke Leto II. Summon the Worms by Brian Tyler. I mean, the music in that was used on movie trailers like Master and Commander. And I love that because Part 1 is Dune Messiah and 2 and 3 are Children of Dune. And it was cool how they combined that, and to see in the trailer, the Saga of Dune is far from over, you know? And I just encourage people to check out other Dune properties. After you rewatch Dune Part 2 over and over. If you're still hungry for more spice, more Arrakis, read the novels. Seriously, you will not regret it. They're so great. That's like sci-fi at its finest. Even though this is probably going to be an iconic movie, and it is an iconic movie for those who have seen it, I think there's still a definitive Dune that still waits in the future. Maybe on TV, like Game of Thrones in space, with like the style, aesthetic of the 84 film, the story of Frank Herbert's Dune miniseries, and like the budget of the new Dune. If it's like an amalgamation of everything that came before with more of the novel, I think that'd be like the definitive Dune. But overall, I'm so happy that this film did well. I loved Villeneuve as a filmmaker. I mean, I remember watching Blade Runner 2049 in theaters, and it was sad that nobody went to go see that movie. It was kind of like a sequel to a cult classic to begin with, but it's just sad. You think with Blade Runner over the years, there would have been more. And I like what he did with Prisoners, and Dune Part 1 was solid. I don't know, for two films, I kind of wish they had more in there, but that tells you how good it is that you want more, you know? I want some more. So I encourage everyone to explore more of the world of Dune, and who knows what will happen in the future, or a spin-off series, who knows. But for those who are non-readers and want to explore, readers out there, you know how special Dune is in the world of Dune. For non-readers out there who got into it with the movies, some people just saw the first movie right before the second one this week. Seriously, read the novels, check out the other adaptations. You're going to be in for a treat. Seriously. Those are just my brief thoughts and recommendations for people out there who are new to the world of Dune. Go ahead and check out those things. You probably already started to after seeing Part 2 this weekend. Let me know if you've seen Part 2. What did you think of it? What do you think of this adaptation? Have you read the book? How do you think they adapted it? Let me know down in the comments below. Overall, adaptations are always going to take risks, and as long as it has the essence, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think Villeneuve did a great job as far as Paul Atreides and the whole tragedy behind that. He's not supposed to be this heroic figure at all. Like, no. And it's funny because I know people got out of Dune 2 is like, this is depressing. I'm like, you think that's depressing? Just wait to see what happens in Dune Messiah. Just wait to see what happens to planet Arrakis in the future. Like, things get pretty dark in the Dune series, let me say. Let me know down in the comments below. In the meantime, you can check out these other videos for more content, including an old fan trailer I edited with Frank Herbert's Dune set to the music of the 80s film. Fear is a mind killer. Face your fears and let it pass through you, everyone. Till next time, the end game has already been written.